This is a Doppler 10 weather alert.
Damage across central Ohio tonight after severe storms roared through the area. Tonight, a look at the destruction from the ground and from above in Chopper 10.
And we're getting a better understanding about the power of this storm that tore through the state. And thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Jerry Revish.
And I'm Kristen Hartman. We do have team coverage of the storm's aftermath. Chris is tracking what you can expect as we move forward. Justin Moss is live in the field to show us the damage the weather did to people's homes. But we begin with Jason Frazier. He is in West Columbus right now, and that's where we found some of the worst damage. Chopper 10 shows how the storms opened up buildings like sardine cans. Jason.
Kristen, that is a great way to explain it. Witnesses told me that it happened so fast. They heard a loud boom, walked outside, and this is what they saw. A large chunk of a building missing. Tonight, many are wondering, was this a tornado or a gust of wind that did this?
My heart was racing, I can tell you that.
As Paul Devitt says he was wrapping up a phone call, he came close to what he believes was a funnel cloud near Roberts Road.
All I saw was debris just swirling in the air. And I ran back into my house and yelled to my kids to get to the basement.
When he came outside, he says he saw tree branches and roof insulation scattered across his Hilliard neighborhood. Columbus police say the storm damaged 6 industrial buildings along West Belt Drive, including this Boar's Head office. The wind was so powerful it pushed in the front door, blowing out windows and forcing the building to partially collapse. Eric Mitzelwitz says he was in the middle of an interview when the storm hit.
Then I heard a big bang, which I thought was some lightning. Power went out, walked outside to see what happened.
And he discovered this massive hole in the middle of a neighboring business, United Stationers.
There was probably at least 20 fire trucks over here and probably that many police cars.
As the cleanup began early this evening, many had to contend with power outages. Dozens of restaurants along Hilliard-Rome Road posted signs that they were forced to close because they had no power. Giant Eagle apologized to customers because they were unable to sell any perishable items. Drivers were forced to stop at each intersection because dozens of streetlights were powerless.
Looking at it, it's a miracle that no one was injured.
And tonight, Columbus police tell us that there were a few minor injuries, but everyone is expected to be okay. I did have a chance to speak with the managers of 2 of those businesses that were damaged by the storm. They tell me that they are still working on a plan as far as what their businesses will do next. Reporting live near Hilliard tonight, Jason Frazier, 10 TV News.
Jason, thank you. And Chris, someone snapped this picture in Hilliard, very near where Jason just showed us all that damage. Could this be the cause of what we're talking about?
Well, this is definitely along the line, the front that came through here. And I mean, you first look at this and you think that is a tornado. But I tell you what, tornadoes usually form on the southwest corner of thunderstorms. This actually occurred as that wind came through, and I think it most likely is a scud cloud or low-hanging cloud along the outflow boundary. Now you're looking right now at the picture and at our Chopper 10 video, and I shared both with the National Weather Service in Wilmington tonight, and they're going to be using this as they analyze the storm. One thing you can see if you look at the video there from the chopper, again, as we mentioned, it kind of peeled back the roof in one direction. The Weather Service meteorologists and I both agree that most likely is a result of wind. Now, kind of interesting, the Doppler radar the Weather Service was using out of Port Columbus did register an 83-mile-an-hour gust aloft. Our weather station that we have at Darby Creek Elementary School, our WeatherBug station there, had a 63-mile-an-hour wind, so that really coincides. There was something else that was interesting. A lot of car windows were blown out. And the Weather Service will be looking at that closely when they review this storm tomorrow.
Thanks a lot. Pretty incredible pictures there. We have some new video that shows the strength of the winds packed by this storm. This video comes from a security camera attached to a home in the Old Town East neighborhood in East Columbus. You can hear the strength of that storm as it pushed through the city. Kristen.
American Electric power crews are out right now assessing the situation. They say it could take several days to restore power to the 120,000 homes without it tonight. Right now, just over 17,000 customers are without power in Franklin County, 5,900 in Licking County, 4,800 in Fairfield, and 1,100 outages in Delaware County.
Well, they are normally the ones responding to emergencies, but tonight some firefighters found themselves in need of help. The Mineral City Volunteer Fire Department in Northeast Ohio suffered severe damage from the storms. 10 TV's Glenn McIntyre is live at the alert desk with the details on it. Glenn.
Yeah, Jerry, we have some incredible pictures to show you. Take a look at this damage. Fire officials tell me they believe this was caused by a tornado early this evening. There's another image where you can see the fire trucks are damaged along with the firehouse. Members of the Volunteer Fire Department in Mineral City responded to the firehouse once the tornado warning went into effect, and several of them were there when what they believe was a tornado hit.
They were standing in the building watching, and they saw the tornado they saw the storm come across the hill and just ran for their lives inside the middle of the building. And then it tore the roof of our truck bay completely off. The building is gone.
Now, incredibly, no one was hurt. Nikki tells me, though, the firehouse is destroyed. The fire trucks and medics only sustained minor damage and are being inspected to see when they can be put back into service. They do have a command post there set up and run by other surrounding fire departments. They are there assisting them with runs for service while the folks at this fire department try to pick up the pieces and figure out what happens next. Reporting live on the alert desk, Glenn McIntyre, 10 TV News.
Glenn, thank you for that. Cleaning up scenes like these, trees down on homes, cars, and roadways, well, that'll be priority number one in the morning for a lot of Central Ohioans. 10 TV's Justin Moss is live in Southeast Columbus, where that work has already begun. Justin.
Yeah, Kristen, this huge tree fell on an apartment building back here in the Kimberly Court Apartments. And tonight workers had their hands full trying to cut this thing up, but we just checked and there was still a big chunk of it sitting on top of that building. Neighbors describe a chaotic scene as this thing came crashing down.
Like I said, and I just heard the big boom, and my friend said, "Did you see this?"
It didn't take long for Michelle Cherry to see what her friend was talking about. This is what she saw when she stepped out onto her patio.
I'm like, oh my God, thank God it didn't hit my patio. And it didn't come in my house. That's my first thing. And then I thought, okay, what about my neighbors?
Cherry says she rushed over to make sure her neighbor was okay. She says he had some minor injuries and she and others persuaded him to go to the hospital. His apartment and at least one other were damaged. A neighbor living below says her apartment had some water damage. Tonight, crews worked to cut up the big tree, a tree that caused all this damage, but spared residents from any major injuries.
There was no tragedies. Nobody died, whatever, so that's a good thing.
And tonight, no word of the condition of that resident who neighbors said was taken to the hospital. Reporting live tonight, Justin Moss, 10 TV News.